Hey everyone, it's Atte Karm from Warpath Industries. Today I want to talk about guitar gear and I'm gonna show you a few of my main guitars and the rig that I use here at the studio and also live. First of all, we gotta talk about the board. My pedal board is basically my whole rig. It's based around the Fractal Audio AX8 and that's responsible for all my amp and pedal needs. In addition to the AX8, I don't have anything else than the wireless, the Line 6 G30, which has been really good to me, but it is made out of plastic, so I worry a little bit about that when playing shows. And in addition to those, the only thing that I have on my board is the Seymour Duncan Power Stage 170 power amp. I like to take that with me anytime I'm going to play a show, so that I can power up a cab on stage. I never mic the cab. I always have an XLR running from the AX8 straight to the front of house, but I do like to have the stage volume pretty loud. I don't actually own a guitar cab anymore. I'm pretty much always, when I'm just using my gear, I'm just using this wedge monitor, the Alto SXM112A, to have guitars running like at the rehearsal space and pretty often on gigs as well. It's not maybe the best sounding monitor, but it sounds okay and it only weighs 12 kilos, which is next to nothing, so I've been using that for like 3 years now. So yeah, I don't use any actual amplifiers or pedals. Everything just happens inside the AX8. Next, let's look at some of my guitars. This is my Tokai LC85 Les Paul. This has been my main guitar for like a year now. I think it still has the stock pickups in it. I've been meaning to change, but I don't mind them. For maybe the last 2 months I've been starting to feel that the scale length might be a bit too short for me, especially when playing shows. When I really dig in on the low E string, it tends to sharpen up a little bit, and that sounds horrible. Now I'm using a bit thicker strings on this, so that's mitigated the issue a little bit. So yeah, let's hear what it sounds like. I'm plugged into my Fractal Audio AX8 as always, and I'm gonna use 2 different tones for all these guitars. The first one is a dual rectifier boosted with an HM2 style EQ. It's on pretty mild settings, so it's not that chainsaw sound, but it gives a little bit of that character to the tone. The second tone is a similar setup but with a PV5150 block letter amp and a much more radical boost, so it actually sounds pretty close to the actual HM2 classic chainsaw tone. So yeah, let's hear what it sounds like. This guitar right here is my Schecter PT, and I've had this for quite a few years. I used to have a Seymour Duncan distortion pickup in the bridge position, but it had some interference issues, and so I replaced it with this one. This is the EMG HZ neck pickup actually, but it sounds okay, so it's been stuck there for a while now. This one has the 25.5-inch scale length, which feels a lot better to me, so this has been my go-to guitar for the last month or so. This Tele and the Les Paul are both tuned down to D standard, which is the tuning that I use in Fearmonger and Liha. So yeah, let's hear what this sounds like. Alright, last but definitely not least is my LTD VB300 baritone guitar. This is my first baritone guitar ever, and it has a 27-inch scale length, which is a must since I have this tuned all the way down to drop G, which is the tuning I use in Devas. This was fairly cheap, it was like 350 euros, but I've been gigging this quite a bit with neurosurgery, and I've been playing this a lot here in the studio, and it's just a solid guitar. I took out the neck pickup since I don't use it, and I also took out the pickup selector and the tone knob. I already have the material for the pickguard that I want installed here, but it needs to be cut to shape and installed. So yeah, let's play some chunky riffs with this. So yeah, that's my guitar rig and my guitars that I use. Thanks for watching and see you next week.